guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. This review is for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 11 episode 9. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Let's just get right into this review because so much went down in this episode and there's a lot to talk about. At the very beginning of this episode, Kirk and Rashida end up sitting down for dinner with Rashida's parents because Rashida's mom is very adamant about Rashida and her father working things out. She feels like he's getting older and so is Rashida, and that you don't know how much time you have left with your parents, and so you should cherish the time that you have with them. And although I can agree with her mother when it comes to you don't know how long you have left with your parents, I do feel like it's Rashida's choice if she wants to deal with her father or not, and if she doesn't want to, I feel like her mother should respect that. But Rashida's father did say in the previous episode that he would meet up with Kirk, although he has a lot of bad things to say about him. And listen, most of us have a lot of bad things to say about Kirk from what we've been able to see of him on this show. We don't know him personally, but from the things that we've seen him do in his marriage to Rashida on the show, really makes us feel some type of way about him. Even when the show is trying to show him in a good light, I still kind of have a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to him because I just know what he's done. So during this conversation, it was awkward at first because Rashida's father had a lot of negative things to say to Kirk, and I was surprised at how calm Kirk was during this conversation. Rashida's father was basically saying that he felt like Rashida could have accomplished a lot more in her life without Kirk. And even though that might be true, I do feel like Rashida is pretty successful, and I don't think that he should be judging her life because he wasn't even a part of it for much of it. So I just don't feel like he should be so judgy when it comes to where Rashida is in her life. He also stated that, Kirk doesn't work and he feels like Kirk is lazy and he doesn't do anything, and basically he's living off of Rashida. I don't know how true that is, but Rashida definitely jumped in to defend her husband, and I'm not saying that she's wrong for defending her husband. It's just that from all the things we've seen Kirk do to Rashida, I just always get like this weird taste in my mouth whenever she starts defending him and trying to make him seem like he's this good guy, because he has yet to show that he's a good guy to her. And even if the show is trying to show that he's this loving husband and father, I still don't see that when I look at him. But I do appreciate the fact that he was calm during this conversation with Rashida's father, because it seems like he thinks it's just as important as her mother does that she has a good relationship with her dad. And during this conversation, they invited her father to come see the land that they have so that he could see that Kirk is actually putting in work in order to create generational wealth for their family. Rashida's father did end up going to see the land that Kirk and Rashida have, and he seemed to be really impressed by it, and he did let them know that he wanted to stay in Atlanta and he wanted to live in one of the houses that they have. And listen, I really do hope that there's a happy ending for this entire family, because there's been so much drama within the marriage of Kirk and Rashida that I hope that they're in a good place now, because we all know that the two of them are not going to get a divorce. If they do, it'll probably be a long time from now, because they seem to be staying together throughout everything. And so if they're going to stay together and it works for them, if they love it, I love it too. So I hope that everything works out for all of them, and hopefully there's no more drama with Rashida and her father, because it's too draining and life is too short. Bambi seems so happy to be back in the studio making music, and she stated to Scrappy during this scene that she felt like they are finally in a good place within their marriage. And I was happy for them for a second until the two of them got into a really heated argument, because Scrappy stated that, his mom really wants to be around the children, and because he's getting ready to go on tour, he feels like Bambi should allow Mama D to come over and help her out with the kids. Now listen, I feel like Bambi is well within her rights to not want Mama D anywhere near her, because she's really disrespectful to Bambi. She sits there and she gets online and she says all these horrible things about her. She sits there and she gets together with his exes and, tries to show so much love and affection for them, but shows absolutely no love for Bambi, who is the mother of her grandchildren and the woman that her son chose to marry. And so I just do not think that Bambi is wrong for not wanting Mama D around. Now, do I think that she should be able to see the children? Yes, if Scrappy is the one who brings the kids around her and that he's there when she's with them, because you never know with Mama D. I'm not saying that she's going to trash Bambi to the children, but you never know, because mother-in-laws can be a lot to deal with, and sometimes they will talk trash about you to the children. And so I can understand why Bambi is concerned about having the kids around her. I think that Bambi really just wants to protect her space. But I can also see where Scrappy is coming from, because the two women that he loves the most in his life do not get along, and he's stuck right in the middle. And it can be a really stressful thing because he wants to keep his wife happy and he wants to keep at home good, but he also wants to make his mom happy and he wants his family to be together and not have all this animosity. But at the same time, he definitely has to respect what Bambi is saying, because Bambi just has dealt with enough when it comes to Mama D. Mama D is a lot to deal with, and Scrappy knows this too. Now, they end up getting into a really heated argument during this conversation, and Bambi ends up storming off because she feels like, Scrappy never lets her talk, and she feels like she's not being heard, and she's tired of looking like the bad guy. And listen, I don't think that Scrappy is intentionally trying to make Bambi look like the bad guy, but when you're a woman and you're in a relationship with a man and his mother does not like you, you will always look like a bad guy when it comes to a lot of people, especially the people who are family and friends of the mother-in-law. And so I can understand where Bambi's coming from. And so I just feel like that's something that Scrappy and Bambi really need to talk about deeply, because I feel like it's causing more stress in their relationship. And they were just in a good place a second ago. And then once he brings this up, now the two of them are screaming at each other. And so I really do hope that they figure the situation out. But I feel like Mama D is purposely making things hard on them because of the fact that she doesn't want him with Bambi. Because why is she making it so difficult? Why do you get online and have to praise Shay, who is, Scrappy's ex? You don't have to get online and make any posts about this woman. If you want to hang out with, all of Scrappy's exes, you're well within your rights to do it. Bambi just doesn't have to want to deal with you because you're doing that. And that's exactly what Scrappy told Mama D when they were in the car together. He told her that she can deal with whoever she wants to deal with, but Bambi also has the right to react the way she wants to react to Mama D's disrespect, and she needs to understand that. And she seemed to not want to hear what Scrappy had to say either. And so once they pulled up to Scrappy's house, he told her that she could not come inside. Now, this woman pulled out a bullhorn and she started saying, "Bring the kids out," and he shut the door and did not let her in. So at the very end of this episode, Spice ended up keeping her word to Kendra that she would set up a meeting face to face with her and Mita. Now listen, it got really messy during this conversation because when Kendra came there, she just really wanted to know the truth. And Mita was being kind of disrespectful to her because she was saying, why does it matter when we were together if the two of you are married? Why should it even matter? And to me, it matters because you decided to bring it up. I don't understand why she would be questioning why Kendra wants to know when she's the one who brought all of this up, because she was salty that he was marrying this woman, and she probably felt like she should have been the one that he was marrying. Because let's be honest, she keeps saying that she doesn't want Jock, but in every other interview that she does, she says that she knows that she's always in his heart and in his mind. Why would you say that if you didn't still have feelings for this man? And so I just didn't understand why she would question why Kendra wants to know what's true and what isn't. Now, she does end up stating right in front of Jock that they hooked up in 2019. They met up at his club, and after that the two of them hooked up. Now, she kept talking in riddles though. She wouldn't just say what exactly happened. She basically said in a previous episode that in 2019 Jock had given her oral sex, and she just didn't want to say that to Kendra, Bambi, and Erica because she was kind of trying to protect him. Why would you be trying to protect a man that you're out here saying is a dog because he was cheating on his now wife? And so Kendra just was not feeling the way that Mita was, talking in riddles, and so she tells her to just come out and say exactly what happened. Now, Jock ends up getting pissed off because Mita keeps saying that the two of them hooked up in 2019, and he's basically saying that she's lying. But Kendra is really pissed off at Jock because she feels like there's some truth to what Mita is saying. And because Mita says that she doesn't like being called a liar, she reaches into her bra and she grabs out these papers, and it's a receipt book that she has on Jock from all the messages that he sent her while he was in a relationship with Kendra for the two of them to hook up with each other. And listen, Kendra got pissed off when she saw this. She started hitting Jock. She ended up storming off at one point, cussing him the hell out. And I can understand her frustration and her anger because, listen, if you're going to get married to somebody, you need to come out and be honest about whatever it is that you've done in the relationship before you guys get married. Because now that she's married to him and she didn't know that he was dealing with Mita at the same time, now there's a lack of trust within their relationship. And so I can understand why Kendra is hurt, because she's saying saying that she wouldn't have married Jock had she would have known about this little situation that he had with Mita. Now, Mita was doing too much though. She kept telling Kendra that, you know, her beef isn't with her beef should be with her man. And that is true, your beef should be with your man. But at the same time, this woman knew about Kendra. I don't believe her story that she did not know that Jock was in a relationship with Kendra because she has a CV. She has social media, I'm pretty sure. So she knew that this man was in a relationship with somebody else and she willingly engaged with this man. So I just don't like that she's trying to take away accountability for herself. None of this would have even been brought up had she would have never brought it up because she wanted everybody to know that she was dealing with Jock while he was in a relationship with the woman that he was about to marry at the time. Now, because people do edit, you know, messages and they do make fake messages and there's ways to do it. There's literally apps to create fake messages. Kendra asked Mita to pull out her phone and show her the messages directly from her phone. But Mita basically tells her she's not going to do that. She says that this is a different phone, that the phone that she was texting him on was an iPhone and the phone that she has now is an Android. I feel like Kendra does believe these screenshots that Mita showed her. I just feel like she's doing anything she possibly can to possibly see that Jock might be telling the truth, but I think she knows deep down that he's lying. And to me, you could tell that he's lying. I feel like he definitely did deal with Mita at the same time that he was with Kendra. I just feel like Mita was being messy when she brought the whole situation up. Now, Kendra and Mita almost fought. Like, they almost started throwing hands and, you know, Spice was in the middle of it trying to break it up and Jock ended up pulling Kendra away and putting her in the car and driving off. Now, Spice seemed to be pissed off at Mita because she felt like Mita was doing entirely too much by pulling out these screenshots. But I feel like, you know, Kendra was asking for the truth and so that's what Mita did. I still don't like Mita though. I think she's really messy and I think that, you know, she did what she did on purpose because why wait until he's getting married to say something about it? Why didn't you say something about it back in 2019 when he was hitting you up to engage in sexual activity with you? So I'm not really feeling the situation. I feel like it's messy and I feel like Spice put herself smack dab in the middle of it because, you know, Mita's her friend. I don't feel like she really should have set up the sit down with the two of them because now it looks like she's being messy as well. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you in my next video.